What's the housing market going to look like in 2022? Are the prices going to continue to climb? Is the bubble going to burst? These are all great questions, guys, and we're going to answer some of them in this video. Overall, the home sales in 2021 were not as volatile as they were in 2020 when the pandemic first hit. But we still did see quite the swing in the amount of home sales from the early spring to the end of the summer. But now that it's gone back up again, and it's going to end the year strong. Despite what you might think, this was not the result of lockdowns or any fluctuations in demand. Ongoing strong demand from an unobservable but no doubt large number of households waiting for new listings to show up will be one tailwind. Many of those listings will likely show up as existing owners continue to move around in record numbers in response to the change in our lives since the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic. Demand should be further turbocharged by, and buyers will face increased competition from the return of a very strong, perhaps all-time record level highs of international immigration, depending on the evolution of the pandemic. There's been talks from the Bank of Canada that they are considering raising the interest rates next year. We've already seen slight increases in April of this year and another one within the last few months. This won't mean too much when it comes to those that already own a home, as in order to qualify for a mortgage loan, they would have needed to pass the stress test rate, which is currently set at 5.25%. It's the level of the stress test, which is due soon for a reevaluation by the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institution, that governs not what people can afford, but what they are allowed to borrow. As such, this reassessment is a major wildcard. The fact that it is still quite high means it could be left alone for now to act as kind of a cushion against rising rates for young and first-time buyers. Another wild card are the promises made around housing in a recent federal election. Which of these will become policy in 2022, and how will they affect the housing markets across Canada? We don't know. Unfortunately, a major increase in new supply, which is the most needed, is unlikely to make a major difference within the space of a year. Although increased churn in resale markets resulting from the COVID-19 related shakeup is expected to continue to boost activity above what it was before the pandemic started. Indeed, it is possible that many of the moves associated changes related to work won't play out until further down the road, when we have more certainty about what the post-COVID life will look like. National home sales are forecasted to fall by 8.6% in 2022, but it's still the second best year on record. This easing trend is expected to play out across most of the country, with buyers facing both supply and affordability constraints, while at the same time the urgency to purchase a home base to ride out the pandemic continues to fade. Still, with supply continuing to hit fresh lows every day, the national home price is forecasted to raise further by 7.6% in the new year. This is a somewhat conservative number, given that the hands-off from 2021 to 2022 is looking like. So to answer the final question, no, the bubble is not going to burst and the market is not going to crash. Sorry guys, we're looking at another stellar year in real estate. So please guys, if you have any questions, please reach out. Each market is different. In some areas, such as Brantford, are going to see an increase more than the national average that I'm expecting this year. And as always, this is Jeff from the Brantford Realty Group here. So let's make today a great day.